Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents The Secret Explorers and the Jurassic Rescue by S.J. King, read by Alfred Enoch. Chapter 1. Journey to the Jurassic. Tamako shuffled along the beach on her hands and knees. The sharp pebbles dug into her skin, but she hardly noticed. She was focused on her favorite thing, hunting for fossils. There were millions of them mixed in with the sand and seaweed of Nemuro Beach, where she lived in Japan. But spotting them was hard, and you had to concentrate. Tamako sifted through the sand with her fingers. The sharp edge of a stone caught her eye. "Ha!" she said. Tamako lifted the stone from its sandy bed and brushed it clean. It was an ammonite fossil. She'd known as soon as she saw its spiral shell. Ammonites were sea creatures that had lived at the same time as the dinosaurs. They were related to the octopus and squid that swam in the seas today. The ammonite nestled in Tamako's hand had once been alive, but over millions of years its remains had turned into stone. Tamako couldn't wait to study her new treasure. She put the ammonite in her pocket and strolled home, passing tourists who'd come to see the small beachside town. She paused outside her favorite shop and gazed through the large window. Inside was a glittering display of crystals and semi-precious stones. The shop had fossils for sale too, which were kept in a case at the back. But something else caught her eye. On the shop door was a glowing compass symbol. A thrill ran through Tamako. Her hand went to the matching compass badge on her T-shirt. The compass was the symbol for the secret explorers. "Looks like we've got a new mission," she said. Taking a deep breath, Tamako opened the shop door. But instead of the usual glass cases full of crystals and fossils, Tamako walked into a dazzling white light. A strong wind whipped her short black hair around her head. She felt as if she was flying. And then the light faded. Spots were dancing in her eyes, and Tamako blinked them away. She was back in the exploration station. She grinned with delight as she took in the familiar room. It had rows of humming computer screens set into the black stone walls. There were display cases here too, just like the ones in the Nemuro fossil shop. They were full of meteorites, shells, and other finds from previous missions. The domed ceiling had a huge picture of the stars and planets of Milky Way, and on the floor was a huge map of the world. Tamako was the first to arrive. "Tamako, reporting for duty," she said aloud to the exploration station before settling down in one of the comfy chairs. It wasn't long before the other secret explorers appeared in the glowing doorway. "Leah, here," said a tall girl with a bright smile, saluting as she always did. She had a smudge of earth on her cheek. "Been gardening, Leah?" Tamako asked with a grin. Leah was the biology explorer, and she knew everything about plants and animals. Leah looked proudly at her muddy fingernails. "You know it, Tamako." Kiki, the engineering explorer, was next. She pushed her glasses firmly onto her nose. "Kiki, here," she said. "Ollie, here," said a red-haired boy. In his hands he was holding a magazine about the Amazon River. Ollie was the rainforest explorer. "Roshni, here," said a girl with long dark hair tied up in a ponytail. As the space explorer, Roshni knew all about stars, planets, and galaxies. "Connor, here." Connor's hair was wet. It looked like the marine explorer had been investigating the aquatic life he loved. A boy holding a book about the Aztecs came through. "Gustavo, here," said the history explorer. The last member of the team arrived. "Cheng, here." Tamako grinned at Cheng, the geology explorer. Cheng's love of rocks meant they had a lot to talk about. They gathered around the huge floor map that showed the world.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?